Hi guys, and welcome to F6 Round 8 Silverstone UK. This is just the qualifying screen here with the results. As you can see, that's me down in 14th place, Valatory Midget. Didn't actually set a time this week. For those of you that might or might not know, I've been having a lot of bad luck with the starts and races so far this season, so I thought why not just sit at the back and save myself the hassle. I've managed to drive through the pack quite well so far this season, so I thought, save myself getting hit off and being put in a bad mood. So there we go. So expected position 11th, that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Just including that there to show that I didn't press go to track. We've got a problem with that in F6 at the moment. So the race is getting underway. And there's Dereckham in pole position with a 1:30.7. There's Mr. Barbecue in second place, and there's me in 14th right at the back of the grid. So off we go. Now you'll see here as we get started, not only do I have a typical trademark terrible start, as I always do, but I decide just not to put my foot down at all. There we go. And when I do put my foot down, you can see not really putting it down all the way to the floor. I thought I'd just take a little amble off the line there. I know I was trying to avoid any collisions at the start, and as predicted, there we go, there's a little bit of contact already. That looks like Bonta Bullets and Mav, who's coming back on track there. That's me coming in behind Rye. Rye unfortunately goes a little bit wide, like me cut in on the inside there. As we come up to turn 3, Mav goes outside, Rye's on the inside. I know he's there, so I was trying to slow down, give him a bit of room, but unfortunately we make a wee bit of contact. Mind you though, for the first lap, for 3 of us going through that corner, I don't think we could ask much more than that. And yeah, here we go. So this is me coming up behind Rye, and just in standard mix at the moment, just trying to get a feel for the track, wait for the car with full fuel, etc. And as we come round this turn here, Rye manages to slip a little bit on the outside going wide. Oh, nearly come into Cold Shadow, who's obviously had a little bit of a stumble. Coming up there, oh, and just managed to get past Mavster there. Amazing reactions from me not to go into the back of him. Nice driving by Rue. So just coming into the second part of the second sector here, I've got Ace Reese in front of me. He's usually quite a bit faster, if not the same pace as me, so I know I've got my work cut out to try and catch him. I'm not sure at this stage if he's on the options or the primes. Again, still in the standard mix, just trying to let the car sort of warm the tyres up. So making my way down the straight here, and as you can see, Ace Reese has got a much better exit out of that corner there. Giving him a lot more speed down the straight. Although I managed to make up a little bit more time coming around here. I've had to slip down to third gears. I've gone a little bit wide there, as you can see. Cost me a little bit of time, not too bad. Break down into first, come through here into this lovely little left-right hander. I absolutely love that corner. Just love the braking into it, really nice. It's quite strange. Had a little wobble there. I do that quite a few times in the first few laps. I don't like the right hand onto the start of the lap. I have to say on this track, I really struggle with that. So here we go, we're coming on to lap 2, so I've made my way up to 10th now, made up 4 places already, not too bad, and I've got Ace Reese in my sights, so let's see what I can do. Now he's coming around here just ahead of me. I think he's getting caught in a little bit of traffic there, so that should help me a little bit, but as you can see, just losing a dramatic amount of time coming out of that first part of the first sector there. Making my way down the straight, now it's time to zip it up into rich mix and try and catch a few people at the front here. Oh, and there's Ace Reese, he's just gone a little bit wide, he's gone off the track. As you'll notice, I was trying to give him a bit of room in case he was going to come on beside me, so I've gone a little bit wide as well. Nothing drastic again, not costing me any real time there. Poor old Ace Reese, it's always a shame when you outbrake yourself. So now making our way through into the second half of the second lap. Nice little turn in there in that long right-hander. Sometimes I can get that completely wrong, I'm sure as most people do. Making our way through here. Nice little clean section, breaking down into fourth, nice, keeping the momentum of the car going, giving me a really good exit as I'm coming out here. As you can see, I've caught Kaboom as we're coming down. A vast change to this section in the last lap. As you can see there, the time's gone purple, but as everyone knows, as I'm on the primes as well, there's not really much chance that's going to be standing by the time we get to the end of the lap. And as we come in here, Kaboom manages to just lock up a tiny little bit, letting me just creep in through the back, and just catching him here as we're coming out the last corner. Oh, a little bit of a wobble on the curb there again, and that should be the last one I think of those. After that I managed to make that cut a little bit more cleaner. Now we're coming through here. I've got about half a second to make up to Kaboom, who's in front. Again, get a nice braking distance down into there, into the second, third corner now. Oh yes, lovely. Out onto the straight, got DRS. Now it is the beginning of the race, I'm a little bit apprehensive, haven't used the DRS yet, and the car is very full of fuel, so just being a little bit cautious there and opening it once I get round the turn. As we come in here now, oh, nice little bit of braking by me, allowing me to just creep in there on Kaboom, who I think has just gone a little bit wide. Yes, he has. And we're going to be coming around here through the back. Not quite enough momentum yet to take him. Got a little bit of curves in reserve, so I just give that a little extra chink. That seems to have given me quite a little boost as we're coming down here into the long right-hander. Oh, it's close. I have to back off a little bit here, which is a shame, because I had good momentum going into that corner, but don't want to hit Kaboom. Don't want to hit Kaboom. Anyways, we're coming through here into the last left right-hander part of that. Oh, and there's Kaboom gone off to the left-hand side there. Unlucky Kaboom. But that lets me through. Now next was Pot Noodle on the radar, but he, as you can see, has disconnected, and by lap 6 I'm coming in for Mackham. He's next in my sights. He's at this stage is 3 seconds ahead of me. He's just gone a little bit wide there, it looks like. I'm not sure if there was some collision with the car in front, or what quite was happening there. In fact, no, that's TRL BT. I stand corrected. So that's TRL BT now I'm coming in for. He's next in my sights. TRL BT can often be quite fast, so I'm quite sure as long as he keeps it clean and consistent, I'm going to have a tough time to try and catch him. Although he seems to just be slowing down a little bit after coming off there, or maybe just trying to find his grounding again, letting me just creep in behind him, closing the gap down a little bit. Got quite a nice exit out of there, down onto the straight, and off I go. As we come in off the long straight there, you can see I've made a little bit of ground up under braking of TRL BT. He's gone a little bit wide there, again letting me close the gap a little bit more. Nice braking down here into this corner. There we go, onto the right hander. Really love that little section there, really do, as I've already said. And back onto the straight for the start of lap 7. At this stage I'm just 1 second behind TRL BT, and I've still got a wee bit of time to go on to a little bit further on in lap 7. And you can see here some collision going on between Whitehurst and TRL BT. Not quite sure what happened there. We've got Mackham in the middle, it looks like. I come on to the right hand side of Whitehurst here as we're coming round through into the beginning of the end of the second sector. Now here we can see, oh, I've just literally outbraked myself a little bit too much, and unfortunately for Whitehurst that has sent him off to the left of the track. At this stage I'm now offering for him to go ahead. He, on the other hand, is actually telling me to go ahead. As we're coming through the chicane part here, I'm offering to Whitehurst if he wants to get back past, because I quite clearly, and I think that was definitely my fault, but Whitehurst was a complete gent and he insisted I carry on. So, you know, don't look a gift horse in the mouth, and on I go. Heading up to lap 9 now, I'm still behind Mackham. He's got a 2 second lead at me as we start the 9th lap. Now it's panic stations. Derekham, he's just coming out of the pits behind me. That was lap 9, we're now on to lap 11, and you can see Derekham's got over having cold tyres. He, I think, will be on the prime tyre as well now, so although his tyres will be a little bit colder, they're a little bit less worn, and as we know, Derekham has got much more pace, so we're expecting him to overtake me any second now. So I'm literally just doing all I can to try and hold him off. Trying to resist the urge to just stick it into rich mix. We go to lap 12, here we are. I go a little bit on the outside, take myself wide as we come through this left right-hander. Oh, and then I managed to just keep Derekham just in my rear view mirror, just to no more. Lap 13, here we go. And we're making our way down into the right-hander, across the curb, there we go, nicely done. As you can see, Derekham and Barbecue right behind me, and I go into brake. And oh no, get a little nudge from Derekham, but in fairness to Derekham, he very respectfully waits for me. This allows Barbecue to get round the outside of us. As you can see there, I was trying to give Barbecue enough room. I didn't want to hold up my teammate. Now in the DRS zone, Derekham is going to obviously quite clearly get by me.
Okay, it looks like the car ahead is trying to create a gap. He's running full revs, maximum power.
So Derekham's put up into rich mix. Do I join him? Do I also go into rich mix? At this stage it's a tough call. I'm not really going to have the pace even if I do, so it'll be a waste of my tyres. I'm very close to my pit stop, and as you can see I've only got a little bit of fuel left, so I want to keep that for the end of the race. So here we go. I'm trying to just hold my own and just try and hold on to these two for as long as I can. I have no doubts at all that they'll be heading off past me and out of my line of vision quite soon, but if I can just hold on for them as long as possible, try and keep Donk behind me for as long as possible. Not quite sure at this stage how far ahead we are of the rest of the pack. I've made my way up to 4th place now, 10 places from where I started onto the grid. I'm a few laps away from going into the pits. The tyres are feeling lovely, so it's really just a question of trying to hold on to the position I've got at the moment, try and defend from Donk if I can, Oh no, contact between Derek and Mr. Barbecue. Wasn't quite sure what happened there. They both seem okay though, nothing too drastic. That has of course allowed Donk Turbo to catch up on me a little bit because I had to brake to slow down for them. Would this have affected Donk getting me later in the race? Probably not, but I would have been able to maybe hold him off for a bit longer. But not to worry, we're all steaming ahead. Derekham's taking himself off there a little bit on the line. I go out wide to give him a little bit of room. Don't want to take him off at this stage, that would be heartbreaking. Open the DRS, flying down the straight, as you can see there, quite happy to open it as I'm coming over the curb onto the straight there, feeling a lot more confident with that now. We go into this left-hander, going into the right-hander. Again, Donk's right up my tail. I'm right in behind Derekham. I've got a nice line on the inside, but that takes me out a little bit wide. I get a bad start out of that corner, and you can see that cost me a huge amount of time in terms of my proximity to Derekham and Barbecue in front. We're now onto lap 15, and Mackham is just ahead of me. He's going into the pits now, I believe. Yeah, we see him peeling off, going into the pit stop. This, as you can see, puts me back into 4th, but as you can see from the screen here, Derekham and Barbecue are now really quite considerably further ahead of me. Donk is literally just behind me. Now, I should have known he was going to use his cars here, and as we get down to the right-hander, I know I've got to give him room. There's nothing I can do. He's a brilliant move, and Donk gets past. Lovely, lovely clean overtake there. Good bit of compliance by me, but again, no point in trying to sort of hit him off there. He was going to get past me at some stage, and then in the process, I get to enjoy a really good bit of racing fun. So that was a fantastic move by Donk there. Great move. So we're heading down the straight, lap 16, position 4th. Now, I've still got to go into the pits at some stage to get onto the options. I'm considering doing it at the end of this lap. Then I'm thinking, well, I started on the primes, fresh primes. I've got a few extra laps in them. I'm not losing pace at the moment. Maybe just try and build up a little bit more of a gap before I go into the pits to the cars behind, and try and stick to Donk as close as I can. And here we are at lap 17, the end of, and I'm peeling off to go into the pits.
Hard into the next couple of corners.